Teachers has criticized the federal government's decision to ban candidates under 18 from taking the West African Senior School Certificate Examination and the National Examination Council. The Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Maman, announced the new policy on national television setting the minimum age at 18. The policy means underage candidates will no longer be allowed to sit for crucial exams affecting their ability to advance to tertiary education. The directive applies to the West African Examinations Council, the National Examination Council, and the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination. The Academic Staff Union of Universities has backed the policy, but the Teachers Union argues it will have negative consequences. Also, the federal government has warned that it would shut down any filling station selling petrol above the approved price. The Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority made the threat after discovering that some independent marketers were selling petrol for as high as 1,000 naira per litre. According to the NMDPRA, several filling stations have raised their prices to between 900 naira and 1,000 naira per litre, taking advantage of Nigerians. This comes as long queues persist nationwide, with a huge difference in prices between NNPC-operated stations and independent marketers. And moving on to the foreign scenes, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has expressed deep concern over the escalating voice between Israel and Lebanon's Hezbollah movement. The two sides engage in their largest cross-border strikes since the Gaza war began, with Israeli jets targeting dozens of sites in southern Lebanon and Hezbollah launching hundreds of rockets and drones at Israel. Guterres warned that the actions of both sides put civilians at risk and threaten regional security and stability. The UN chief's concerns come as the situation remains volatile, with the potential for further worsening situation. Also coming from Vietnam this afternoon, Vietnam is set to fill its presidency position at the National Assembly's regular session in October. This comes during a turbulent period for the communist state, with recent top-level changes. The presidency is one of the four key roles in Vietnam's leadership structure, alongside the Communist Party Secretary General, Prime Minister, and head of the National Assembly. Current President Vo Lam was named General Secretary and head of the Communist Party this month, following the death of his predecessor, Nguyen Phuong Trong. Trong held both positions from October 2018 to April 2021. The leadership changes come after a major anti-corruption purge, which swept through numerous politicians and officials, including top leaders, throwing Vietnam into political upheaval. Lacrosse coming from Malaysia this afternoon, former Malaysian Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin has been charged with treason for allegedly making remarks about the country's former king, Sultan Abdullah Sultan Ahmad Shah. The 77-year-old politician pleaded not guilty to the charges, which are seen as an affront to the monarch who reigned from 2019 to January this year. Muhyiddin's remarks come after he lost power to current Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, who was appointed by the monarch following the 2022 election. If you are just joining us, you are listening to the World News on Honor 103.5 FM. Remember to follow and like all our social media pages at Honor 103.5 FM. You can listen live on the Radio Garden app at Honor FM Ibadan. Now we move to the business report. The naira has fallen again, depreciating to 1,610 naira per dollar in the parallel market, down from 1,600 per dollar last week Friday. This marks a further decline in the value of the Nigerian currency. In the Nigerian Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market, (NAFEM), the naira also depreciated to 1,596 naira per dollar. The volume of dollars traded in NAFEM fell by 17.3% to $102.93 million. The gap between the parallel market and NAFEM rates has narrowed to 13.4 per dollar, down from 29 naira 86 kobo per dollar last weekend. The continued depreciation of the naira raises concerns about the impact on the economy and the purchasing power of Nigerians. And coming from the entertainment scene, singer Mariah Carey has announced the devastating loss of her mother, Patricia, and sister, Allison, who passed away on the same day over the weekend. In a statement, Carey expressed her heartbreak, saying she's struggling to come to terms with a double tragedy. Therefore, she has asked for privacy as she navigates this difficult time. The cause of death for both women has not been disclosed. The Grammy-winning singer is mourning the loss of two loved ones, and fans around the world are sending condolences. And finally, on sport news, the Nigerian Football Federation has announced the appointment of German coach Bruno Labbadia as the new manager of Super Eagles. The appointment was made public in a tweet by the NFF on Tuesday, stating that Labbadia will take charge of the team with immediate effect. According to the NFF, the appointment was approved by the Executive Committee following a recommendation by the Technical and Development Subcommittee. General Secretary Dr. Mohamed Sanusi confirmed the decision, welcoming Labbadia to the role. And that was the world news on Honor 103.5 FM. But before we go, here is a recap of the major stories. In the news this afternoon, we informed you that the federal government's new exam policy has sparked several controversies. And on the foreign news, UN chief has warned of escalation as Israel and Hezbollah exchange strikes. In business, the naira has depreciated further against the dollar. In entertainment, Mariah Carey is mourning a double tragedy. And in sport news, German coach Bruno Labbadia has been appointed as Super Eagles' new manager. For Eyewitness Reports, news mentions, and news commercials, contact the Honor FM newsroom at 0817-675-5555 or 0913-600-1035. You can also visit our website at www.honorfm1035.net for more information. The World News was compiled by Richard Ekpo. I am Temitope Dada. Thank you for listening.
And that was the news on Honor 103.5 FM. Honor and integrity, our watchword.
103.5